Peace to the planet. Charlamagne the God here, and I'm with Too Loud Magazine. H-Town, what's happening? Peace.
Hey, it's your girl AshleyMichelle with Too Loud Magazine, and we have Charlamagne the God here. How are you doing?
Ashley, what's happening? You good?
I'm good. So you're back in Houston again, second time,
Yes.
pumping that book.
Yes, it's my second book, Shook One Anxiety Playing Tricks on Me.
Okay, I love it. The first book was awesome. I've already started reading this one, almost done. So I'm pumped.
Word.
Okay, so you know what? Thank you just for even bringing up mental health, especially in our community. I know you hear it all the time, but we have to keep thanking you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It wasn't something that I was intentionally trying to do. I'm just the type of person that whatever experiences I'm going through at the time or whatever I'm dealing with in my life at the time, I feel like I just use it as I guess content because that's the easiest thing to do. Like the easiest thing to do in the world is just be yourself. Right. So this is just a big part of my life and what I feel like talking about right now, what I feel like discussing at the time.
So you know what? Do you think if you would have gotten therapy or mental health way early in your career, do you think you would still be as successful as you are today?
That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe even more successful because I feel like, you know, all therapy does is organize everything that you got going on in your brain. You know, I tell everybody, I use the example, like, you know, you got a messy closet.
Right.
Like your closet is mad junky and it's like you go in your closet and you pack up everything that you don't need and, you know, you give that away because it don't serve you no more, but then you organize everything that you want to keep and then you got room to bring in new stuff. So I probably might have been even more successful because I would have, you know, organized a lot of this baggage and BS a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still at the stage of I want to hold on to everything because I might need it again. So
I'm still kind of like that too. I'm kind of like, okay, I don't think this serves me anymore, but I'm not sure. Let me hold on to this. Should I give this away? But people say they like this, but I'm like, I don't like it anymore. So if I don't like it anymore, I got to give it away. And then I'm organizing like stuff I'm pretty sure I want to keep, but then I look at it and be like, I don't think I want that. So then I'm putting it back in the box to give away. So I'm kind of in that phase.
And then I hate when I see somebody that has it on, and I'm like, I looked good in that too, but you look better. I don't like that.
Damn. I see that. I used to have that. That's dope.
I used to rock that.
But you know what? That's old. What I got is better now.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's old. That's last season. That's 2 seasons ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what seemingly innocent question makes you feel like it's a trap?
What seemingly innocent question in therapy? Or what, just in general?
Just in general. Because you know, you're talking about anxiety, and you know, so what seemingly innocent question makes it feel like it's a trap?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's any trap questions. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the only time it's a trap question is when it's something that you've been lying about or something that you know you don't want to answer because you know you're not necessarily sure what the truth is. Like I was listening to Oprah Super Soul Conversation this week, and the guest she had on there said people are only afraid of feedback when they've been lying to themselves and they're afraid to face the truth.
That's true.
So I don't think there's any questions that are considered traps.
Okay, so now that you're getting your mind cleared up and all your problems solved in therapy, what situation have you been in that you thought was crazy, but everybody else was acting like it was cool, this is normal, and you were like...
My whole life. Literally my whole existence. You can go back from when I was getting touched on when I was 8 years old by a family member, or when you can go back to, you know, getting guns pulled on you, or, you know, running from police, you know, being in a car with your homeboy and he shot at somebody. Like all of that stuff we normalize in the hood from the violence.
What about today, though?
Today?
Like right now?
I think the way we act on social media is normalized, but that's nothing normal about it. Like there's nothing normal about the way people communicate via social media. Like it's really messing up everybody's emotional IQ. It's messing up the way that we take in information. You know, everything is out of context. Like the whole world is literally out of context, and it's like they'll believe social media narratives before they believe the real life narratives that are in their face.
And then the sad part is the headline. They'll just take the headline and that's it.
Man, I see it all the time, and like like I have people like even right now like had 6ix9ine on the show yesterday, and there's people asking me things about the 6ix9ine interview that if they would just literally watch the interview,
Right.
they'd get the answer.
That's gonna take too long.
Exactly. So it's like weird, but it's weird to me that you would feel comfortable
Right.
asking me a question when you didn't even watch the interview.
Right.
Like,
You doing any research?
yeah, yo, why 6ix9ine feel so comfortable using the N-word? I asked him that.
Right.
You didn't watch the interview though.
Right.
He explained it quite well why he feels comfortable using the N-word, but you didn't watch the interview.
Right. I wonder if that's gonna ever change. It seems like it's getting worse.
It's gonna get way worse, and we're gonna end up in an Orson Welles War of the World type situation. If you don't know what that is, you should Google Orson Welles War of the World. And there was this guy who had a radio program back in the day, and he just told everybody that we were being attacked by Martians. Yep.
Right.
And everybody went crazy. People was committing suicide, stuff like that. And we kind of saw that. I think it was last year when I think it was Hawaii, where they said it was
and they were
bomb
testing the bomb. Yeah. Why would you send that out?
That's what's going to happen. Social media is going to lead to something massive like that happening. Yep.
Okay, you heard it first over here. All right. So, when was the last time you felt you had a new lease on life?
Every day.
Really?
Literally every day. Like I'm not holding on to nothing. You know, I feel like you know, every day I'm either learning something new and unlearning something that I thought I knew. You know, so literally every single day. I mean, a huge.
That's cool to be at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta be open to that though.
Right.
You know, I did this show last week called In Session Live on VH1, and that was
Yeah, I heard about that. How'd that turn out?
That was great.
So don't talk about it.
It was with In Session Live with Dr. Jessica Clemens, and it was great because, you know, I go to therapy all the time, but you know, to do therapy on live TV was like, whoa,
Right.
you know, and that felt like a new lease on life. Like, wow, because that's one of those things where it was like I was so uncomfortable. Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Even after it was done, I was like, why did I do that?
All right.
But it served the purpose. It felt good. You know what I mean? I think, you know, sometimes you got to do things that seem bigger than you, and that gives you a new lease on life. When other people come up to you and tell you how much that meant, or, you know, what that did for them, or what it made them want to do. Like, oh, I want to get into therapy now. You know what I'm saying? I want to figure things out. Like, that's great. That stuff like that gives me a new lease on life.
What do you think is good to, because you use a different therapist than the one you traditionally go to. So you think people should try different therapists or stick with one person?
I know people who've had the same therapist for 15 years. I've known people who had the same therapist for 4 years. I've had the same therapist for the past year. I mean, I was just being selfish, and I don't think I wouldn't even ask my therapist to do something like that because I don't think that's in her. You know what I mean? Like, Dr. Jess is different. Dr. Jess is like a woman that's out here doing God's work,
Right.
as far as, you know, providing the public service of being a therapist. But I think she's built for that. You know what I'm saying? She's built to be on that camera. Like, she's already was doing it on social media. Like, she does, you know, therapy sessions via Instagram, and, you know, she does her Be Well series where she sits down with different people. Like, she sat down with Rhapsody, and it's like she's built for that. You know what I mean? So I just think that was her calling. That is her calling.
That was cool for that opportunity too. So when everything is like said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
That of a public servant. I want that of a public servant. You know, I want to be known as a person who was here servicing the needs of the public. You know, I want people to say, you know, he helped empower, you know, people. He helped empower the community. You know, I'm the type of person, I like to throw more assists than I do score points. So if I get that, if that's my legacy at the end of the day, and, you know, I'm judged by, you know, the people I've assisted, and, you know, it's not just me with a kingdom. I helped other people build their kingdoms. That's the legacy.
Oh, look at you sounding so sweet.
Truth, though.
Okay, so if you had to disappear and create like a whole new life, what would that look like?
If I had to disappear and create a whole new life,
You would not be Charlamagne.
I'm fine with that. I mean, I would probably go live in like Anguilla somewhere, and like, open up a beach shack on the island, and I'd be cool with that.
What would you have in your beach shack?
Liquor, good food,
Of course.
That's it. Like, if you've ever been to like a place like Anguilla, like Gwen's Reggae, beach shack is like my favorite place in the world. It's simple. It's just a nice little shack. They got good food, they got drinks, they got beach chairs for you to sit out in the front of, and it's just cool. Like, they live nice, peaceful existences. They understand what life is really about. Like, I think we complicate things too much in America, because we're such a materialistic, capitalist society. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really I'm not gonna say it's really no class, because it is class in other places, but it's just like they're not focused on that. They focus on happiness, it seems like to me. So that's what I would do. I would be living on an island somewhere, living a very simple existence, but I'd be extremely happy.
Well, that's cool. Well, you know what? I had fun, but I had to ask you one question. So now that you're light-skinned, Charlamagne, do you feel like you're getting more privileges than dark-skinned, Charlamagne?
No, not at all.
No?
Nah. If people, one day I'll tell y'all, if y'all had to deal with the things that I got to deal with behind the scenes on a corporate level, because I think that sometimes we think just because you're evolving and you're in better spaces, like, you don't see how differently I get treated based off other people in those same positions. You know what I'm saying? Like you think that, how can I say it? Like, you like just different levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's the book company, other TV networks, whatever. At the end of the day, you still a nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And there's just certain things there's just certain things that you could just see the difference. Now, I'm the type of person, I call it out every chance I get. Yeah. I live for that.
I love that big old jar of mayonnaise.
Yeah, and I love to be in these corporate boardrooms, and I love to be at the table letting these people know that now that's BS. Right. And I love the excuses that they come up with, but sometimes it is no excuse. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, you're right. We don't understand why this is one way for you, but another way for these people. Well, I do. So, nah, I don't think it's more privileges at all. It's actually, I'm telling you, man, the new levels, new devils for real. And that don't mean just in the outside world. That means in those corporations. And one day I'll speak on it, like one day soon.
Yeah, like your next book?
Maybe my next book. Or whenever this one company cuts this check, and then I can speak freely. You know what I mean? After they cut this check. Right. But yeah, I can't wait to tell about this experience.
I can't wait to hear about it. Yeah. And thanks for putting yourself in those positions to speak up for us in our community.
100%.
So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Charlamagne.